to the Buy Tennessee Dirt training videos. If you're new to the team, welcome. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. So today we're going to go over the Tennessee Residential Property Condition Disclosure. Now, this one here is one that is coming from our seller side. So what I typically do is I will physically print this document out and have my clients fill it out by hand. Now, the reasoning for this is because when you put it into an envelope for your clients to sign, it gets a little complicated and it's hard to fill out when you have these tiny little boxes here, and they always tend to get missed, especially when you get down here. They always tend to kind of get lost at the wayside, and it just makes it complicated. So it makes life so much easier if you physically print this form out, highlight the areas that you need your sellers to fill out, and have them fill it out and read through that. By all means, you can go ahead and read through all of these yourself at your own leisure, but just make sure that the property address is in there correctly. The seller's name matches what the deed says, so that if it's a husband and wife both on the deed, make sure that both of their names are on there. The date that they acquired the property or when they purchased it. And then if you know roughly when the house was built, you should be able to get the age of the home here. If your sellers occupy the home, you're going to put yes, or they're going to put yes. And then if not owner occupied, how long has it been since the seller occupied? So if the sellers are selling their house and they already bought their next house and they're already moved out, that's where they will put down, we haven't lived there in 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. And then make sure that they mark down that it is a site-built home. If it's not site-built, meaning that it is a modular home or something like that they put on there. And then down here, and this is all just to the best of their knowledge, the sellers are giving what information that they have. So subject to property includes the items checked below. So if there is all this stuff is in there, if they're checking it, meaning that the home is coming with these particular items. Down here, sections 84 through 89 is how the home is basically utilitied. So you've got your water heater. How is it come in? Is it powered by electric, gas, or solar? Garage, water supply, gas supply, waste disposal. The roof, if they know exactly what kind of roof it is, they'll put it here. The age. Now, the age is always a tricky question because, if it's not disclosed beforehand, before they bought it, when the roof was done, they don't know. They don't know how old it is. Sometimes you can reference back to a previous listing, and if they have the property condition disclosure from that listing, and they put in there 10 years old, well, you can kind of do the math a little bit, and based upon, okay, well, if it was 10 years old and they bought this house in 2022, that means it was put in 2002. So, 2012. So just go ahead and kind of, if you can find that information out, the sooner the better, because those are the questions that a buyer's agent is going to ask you. How old the roof is, how old is the water heater, and how old is the air conditioning unit. So those type of things is always good to know. And then if there's any other items in the home that they are including in the sale. So in this case, they're selling allowing to convey the fireplace in the man cave room, and then the washer and dryer are going in there. And then go ahead and make sure that they check off all these other boxes as well. And then to the best of their ability, if they know of any defects or malfunctions with any of these items, if there is, just have them, if they answer yes to anything, just make sure that they put in there as to why it needs, why there's issues with it, or, sees that, that they're siding the exterior walls, the siding has holes in it from mowing. There's issues with doors, that there's a screen door in the back that possibly is broken. And then of course they've got flooring and stuff like that. And then of course, sellers aware of any of the following. Typically you're going to find they're going to say no or unknown, because a lot of these are, if there's been any substance or materials in the products of, any hazard products of the home, they don't know. No, not that they're not, not that they know. Any encroachments or room additions or landfills or anything like that that they know of, just make sure that these boxes are checked. And if there's anything that's yes, we need to get an explanation as to why. If there's been any structural damage, if it's being serviced by the fire department, if they know who, they can fill that in. Any zoning violations, neighborhood noises, subdivision restrictions, HOA, common areas, if there's any lawsuits or anything like that. And then just make sure everything is either no or unknown. Make sure if anything is marked yes, that we have an explanation. This one's planned unit, if it's a part of a planned unit development. This one is if there's a sinkhole in the property, or if there's a disposal system permit for that issued. And then in here, certification, just make sure that the address is in there correctly and that you have your sellers sign the form. And just make sure that this is filled out and in your MLS document section on RealTrax, so that those documents are available for any potential buyer's agents to be able to read over and present it to their clients prior to showing. It always just kind of helps make the process a little bit smoother. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call.